Payday 2.
I think I had more fun. Personally, I had more fun creating Payday 2 because it was such a wild challenge to be able to do that. Personally, I think Payday 2 is a worthy successor of Payday the Heist. Because basically we improved, we did what we wanted to do. We tried to see what all the features Payday the Heist had was, and we tried to improve all of them, and I think we succeeded in that. However, of course, there are differences. We tried to do smaller heists, but more intense heists, and I know a lot of
Yes.
Payday the Heist veterans want bigger, open, Green Bridge, run for 10,000 miles heists. And of course, I mean, that's feedback we love to hear, and let's see what the future has in store for us. But yeah, personally, I definitely think it's production-wise, it was Payday 2 was way more fun.
All right. So, what do you like most of your job? Like, I know you do a lot of things. So, what to you is the best thing you do that you enjoy?
I think, God, it sounds so fucking corny when I say it, but working with the people I do, you know, I have a lot of really awesome people that I work with. Ilya, who is the lead level designer, for example. Carrot, who is in the chat, who is one of the level designers, and all the other level designers. Artists, you know, Bo, of course, who is the CEO of Starbase now. Alf, David, you know, it's a lot of fun working with all of them, and the QA guys, and basically the whole team. You know, it's because we have this kind of team that we're able to push out the type of free content that we've been able to push out
Mm-hmm.
so far, and are going to continue to push out, and the kind of paid stuff that we've also done. You know, and it's such a great team. That's probably one of the because my job, you know, it's a lot about talking with
Yes.
the team,
Yes.
making sure things are happening, you know, so on. And I would also say, you know, one of the things is that we have such a great relationship with Valve
Oh
that we
yeah.
were able to do, like, you know, the No Mercy
Mm-hmm. The rumors,
fan
yes.
heist kind of
Yes.
stuff like this.
Talking about
So
that,
I think,
I have heard
yeah,
that you guys are already working on a heist with somebody else, and I'm assuming it's Valve. So
really,
I don't know. I'm just assuming, but I've heard that you guys are working on a heist with somebody else. Can you
uh-huh.
confirm that, or is it just
Uh,
rumors?
dude, I wish I could, but the level designers would kill me if I confirmed anything like that.
All right,
Yeah, so
it's good. All
yeah, so
right.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
All right. So now a lot of people have been asking for the grenade launcher in game, and
Yeah,
I've heard that
the
you guys,
GL40.
yeah, yes, I heard that you guys are working on it, but it really unbalances the game because it's too overpowered. So
Yeah.
are you gonna add it or for sure, or is it just you're just thinking about it?
I wouldn't be like I wouldn't say we'd add anything for sure. It's always a choice between what do the fans want, you know, what do the payday guys want. Ooh, look at me getting an
That's
armor
cool.
transfer pattern. Oh yeah, or material, I mean. I would say it's more about what you guys in the community want in combination with our plans, what they are. And
Yes.
right now, since we just released the grenade, right, that's a unique first in the Payday franchise that we do that. We'll see if we want to introduce another like a weapon that does AOE damage right away. We'd probably hold on to the GL40 going forward until we feel like there's a proper reason to put it in.
I see. So I guess that will work the same way with the Brenner.
Yeah, you know, Brenner and that those type of weapons. I mean, we'd love to put in all of those, you know, but we can't
Yeah.
we can't put out 20 weapons in one go, you know, because we only have that many people in staff. You know, we have to balance the weapons, and I don't think we'd like to give out so many weapons in one go. We'd like to do just like we did with the gauge pack, which
Yeah.
so far has been really successful,
Mhm.
which I'm really happy to see where we put out three weapons, you know, or in every DLC where we put out three weapons. And of course, then you never know, what's gonna happen for Christmas. For Pay the Heist, we did some pretty cool Christmas stuff. I think
Nice.
personally, I don't know what you guys in the chat feel, but I think the Halloween event we did was
That
pretty
was
pretty
awesome.
awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. And the guys, Gustav and Max, and the guys in the office, in the Overkill crew, they did a great job on the masks. I think those looked really, really cool.
Yes, also the Safe House Nightmare was very fun. The
Yeah, yeah, it was. And the safe house nightmare, because the guys, people are asking for more levels and so on. Oh, yeah, weapon pack is nice, but we want more levels. But guys, listen, I joked with someone in the old Steam forum, right? That where we also hang around that. It's not like we're asking the level designers to sit around and do weapons. The level designers are always working on levels. It's just that the levels of all the things that we can produce in the office, levels take the longest time because they need to go through such a rigorous QA,
hmm
the level design, and there's so many parts involved, and we always want to give you guys as good heists as we possibly can. So
yes.
yeah,
So
so
one thing we really like is the heist where you don't have really to throw a lot of bags because a lot of heists
uh-huh.
really have a lot of bag throwing for all the map.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
is there
yeah.
gonna be anything that has more like interactive things that you don't just throw bags? You
Yeah.
know, is there gonna
Yeah,
be anything like that?
you know what?
Yes.
Definitely. I think in the future we'd love to do a numerous of different type of heists. We did for Pay to the Heist, with
Mhm.
undercover and so on, where we
Yeah.
used interrogation and so on.
Yeah.
Um,
That was one of the
but
best
since
ties.
yeah, and you have to remember as well, Payday the Heist was released in October 2011, was it? We
Yeah.
released the Wolfpack summer of 2012.
And it was very
That and
good.
that was the first, yeah, and that was the first pack, and we've worked really hard on releasing new content as soon as we possibly could. And it's still not even 6 months since the release of Payday 2, right? So give us some
Yeah.
time, guys. I promise
Yeah.
you we'll give you some more fun maps to play with.
Yeah. It takes some time. So
Yeah, it does.
um. So the gauge weapon pack counts as a DLC. So you said
It does, yeah.
you just said at the beginning we'll have about 5 DLCs. So
No, it's not like, yeah. Let me
yeah,
hit
well,
you on that one right away. What we said was that we had come into an agreement with the 505
five,
Games,
yeah,
right? That we'd do 5 DLCs for Payday 2. But in no way does that mean that we only are going to make 5 DLCs and then be like, fuck you guys, let's cash out. Come on.
yeah,
Payday 2 is our baby, alright? We own the IP. This is our game. This is our IP. We own it together with you guys. We love to hear the stuff that you have to say about the IP, and we love to make those things happen. This is something we're committed to doing long term, and I think all of you understand that since we've put out, like, I don't know what, almost 20 updates since the
yeah,
release.
yeah, a lot of
And finally, the first update for the PlayStation 3 hit. So I hope the guys on the PS3
fun.
have a lot of fun right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they're enjoying it.
Uh, Let me take a question from the chat then, just so the guys feel that we
Sure.
see them. All right. Question: is there ever going to come any assassination missions? Yeah, I'd love to do those. We did the interrogation missions for Pity the Heist, Undercover, for example, and Heat Street as well, which people have a love and hate relationship with. But yeah, it's all about what the level designers want to do together with what our plan is and what you guys want. We read and listen to what you guys say as well.
Yeah, I really noticed that, and that's what I really like about Overkill. That you listen a lot to fans.
Yeah.
That's very good. So let's see. So is there gonna be?
Sammy Boy,
Okay,
let me just take this.
sure.
Sammy Boy has a question regarding how the hell a game about shooting tons of cops that rewards you for shooting them and stealing things has never been openly controversial and bashed by mainstream media? Question mark. I mean, that's a good question, dude. That's a really good question. I have no idea why not.
So I guess a lot of people asked is there gonna be a trading system for Payday too?
Is there going to be a what now?
A trading system on Steam?
A trading system? Oh, you mean
Yes.
like a Steam Workshop where
Yes,
we
things
do
like
the
that.
economy and all that? We'd love to do something like that. We don't have any official news about it or anything, but of course, I mean, since we're closely knit with Valve in the sense
Hmm.
that we talk to them and they seem to like us. We
That's
try
good.
to investigate all, we try to investigate all possibilities. I'd love to be able to trade items, in Payday 2, and fuck, I got this mask, but I don't want that one. I want the other one, or I got this mod, I don't want that one. So you can trade between each other and so on. I think it would fit perfectly, but right now we don't have any official news about that. I saw a
Alright.
question from the criminal network in
Yeah.
in all caps. When will you fix the game? Question mark, question mark. Holy shit, is it broken? Someone call the police. There is
But
always issues, A software is never 100% functional, in my opinion. There is
yeah,
always some small things, that we try to fix,
need
and
fake.
whenever
Yeah.
we release something new, there is something that affects
Doesn't
something else.
work.
If you have any issue, if you have any issues at all, if you haven't received a response in the forums, you're always welcome to email us at info@overkillsoftware.com. And I think I've answered thousands of emails this year, and I'll probably be able to get at a couple of hundreds more before the year's end. But
Yeah, that's a
guys,
lot.
it's not about, because people, think that, oh, they're not fixing the game, there's stuff that's not out that we promised, blah blah blah, and so on. And it's not like we're holding the cloakers because it's fun, we want to release them when we feel the time is right. And it's not like we're gonna release them, and ask for $50.
Yeah.
We're gonna release them for free, of course.
Yeah, that's good.
So don't worry about it.
So the often the question is always asked about the safe house customization. Will we have
Yeah.
that during Christmas, or is it not close enough?
I don't think you should expect it to come this Christmas.
Okay,
I would more suggest sometime during 2014.
I see.
Reason being because we're a small team. We want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
focus as much as we can on one thing at a time to make sure that it's
It
as
works
good as
properly.
possible.
Yeah.
But I think without saying anything particular, everyone, I think you're all going to have a pretty cool Christmas. All right.
So a guy here, where is him? I don't find him anymore. But he said, is there gonna be a season pass for Payday 2?
Listen, before we released the game, we were talking a lot about Season Pass and making sure we get one out as soon as possible. But as time has gone, it looks more and more like we aren't going to do that. So if you want the DLCs, you ought as well just buy them now, during the Christmas sales or whatever. If we do release a Season Pass, I'll make sure we let you guys know as soon as possible.
Alright, cool.
Question: is there coming a Payday 2 Linux port? If not, why? Time would be the answer to that one. We'd love to do a Linux port. Why not? I mean, Linux is a great system. Why not make the game available for that as well? But it's all about time.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of work to do it in different operating systems.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm dying a lot here. So,
Let's see. Do we have anything else?
yeah,
Have you ever thought of making a competitive mode? Says ETD12. Yeah, I mean, we've thought about it. It's not like we don't talk about it. Versus mode would be awesome. But right now we're focusing on the co-op mechanics of the game. And in the future, who knows what's going to happen? But I can tell you right now, they have no plans to put in a versus mode. But in the future, who knows what happens? Given enough time, anything can be made with this game, I think.
yeah.
Warden of Arcurus. Yeah. Question: is Overkill looking at a stealth revamp? That's a good question. I think we're always investigating, how can we make all of the systems better. But I think right now we're not looking to make any particular changes. If we make any changes, those changes are going to happen after the new year.
Alright, so some people have asked about the DLCs on consoles. Are they gonna be there and when?
Yeah, the DLCs for consoles are going to be announced. I mean, the dates for their release, and with those, it's the same thing. It's all about
Yes.
time. As you've
Mhm.
seen, we've had some issues getting the console updates out because we've run into technical difficulties that have taken a long time, fixing. There's been a lot of back and forth between us and Sony and us and Microsoft, which
Yeah.
sadly has affected the fans because I mean the payday community on both platforms, have been really pissed that they'd have had to wait for such a long fucking time to be able to play something that isn't beta, as they put it. And I'm just happy that we got the PS3 patch out, that those guys can enjoy more than 200 updated things, and we're working really hard on making sure that the Xbox guys can get it out as soon as possible as well. Then, as with anything else we do at the studio, one thing at a time, we'd love to get out the DLCs on the consoles as soon as possible, because I know there's a lot of fans out there that like to buy those things.
Yeah, I'm sure. So let's see what questions there. Will there be? Yeah, will there be any? I guess there will be higher levels than 100. Is there gonna be like 145 like Payday 1, or can it be more?
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna add a 100 plus or 145 or whatever we're gonna do in the future. I mean, we did for Payday the Heist, right? And you guys loved it, so why
Oh
not
yeah,
do it for Payday 2 as well?
yeah, that would be very awesome.
Yeah.
So is there gonna be another class, or is it just gonna be Enforcer, Mastermind, Ghost, and Tech?
Well, what now? I couldn't hear you.
Is there gonna be any other class other than the four we have already?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to see us add a new class, but again, it's all about time, right? So we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe we add a class where that utilizes the grenades. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So Danish Hitman just asked, is there gonna be a Steam stats for Payday 2?
Yeah, you mean like we did for Payday the
Yes,
Heist,
yeah, the
like
statistics.
best heist and so on.
Yes, the
Yeah, the thing is
leaderboards.
that we worked that out with Valve. Valve actually helped us develop those Steam stats. So it's all about, if Valve has time, to put on doing those, but why not? I mean, there's nothing bad that could have come out of it. I think those stats were great.
Nice. Yeah, they were awesome, especially the leaderboards. It was very fun to have.
Let me just answer. Zeros plays games. When will the birthday competition winners get their prizes? I never got mine last week. Oh man, I'll make sure you get it right after this shit. Sorry, dude.
I
And
was
I'll
one
make
of the
sure
winners.
I'll put in a, yeah, I'll put in an extra gauge pack for you as well,
Yay!
just because you had to wait.
All right, thank you.
Nitro 987 on Steam. Will there be weapon camos? You mean like Counter Strike did, that you could like modify them with materials and so on? I don't know, man. It depends on if you guys would like that. Why not?
Other question that was asked in the Twitch chat is, when is the female heisters gonna be released? Because
Ooh,
we've seen a
we're
lot.
I think some of you have seen pictures,
Yeah, we did,
right,
a
on
lot of
David's
us.
Twitter and so on. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and I think she's looking really cool. We're
Oh,
we're looking for a voice actor. We have to fix all those things. There's a lot of lines to record,
hmm
and we're working on all that. And there's so many things we could do with it. So, like maybe introduce a new tree, or maybe introduce new weapons or masks or what have you, and all of those things takes time.
Yeah.
So we'll raise your weapon camos, raise your dongers. Get that donger out of here. Get that donger out of here. Yeah, so we'll see exactly when, but we're not gonna release her before the end of the year.
I
That's
see.
more of a 2014 thing.
hmm So,
Scripting Soul, how can I donate somehow to Overkill? I love you guys and I really want to support your small team. Thanks, man. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate all the love and stuff that we've gotten from all you guys. And what can I say? Merry Christmas. The best way you can support us is to buy the games through Steam, of
Yeah.
course, and support us. And I mean, support Valve so they can finish that goddamn fucking Half-Life 3 sometime soon. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Crazy Frog, BG, thanks for the Q&A, Almir. Don't worry about it. Gage will give us jobs soon. Any jobs at all, for free or complete with DC, we'll have that. Why doesn't Enforcer get a new shotgun? Alright, so that's two questions in one. So regarding Gage, if you checked out the new contact database thingy, you can see that Gage is listed as one of the contacts. And yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll like you guys enough to actually, or maybe he'll trust you enough to actually give you guys some jobs to do. We'll see when that happens. Regarding the shotgun for the Enforcer, yeah, we'll see. Of course, we'd love to introduce another shotgun.
So, about the mask customization, is there gonna be a feature to remove the colors and patterns, or are you guys?
Yeah, that's a bit controversial, right? Because if you do that, you affect the design of how the cosmetic stuff in the game works.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say I'm totally opposed to it, but it's a thing for the QA, and the design team and David to decide. But personally, I'm like, I like the system as it is, but I can also understand why people would like to be able to customize their masks again, because it might be so hard, to find those specific masks or patterns or materials.
So, what about flashbang
this is-
grenades?
Oh, the flashbang grenades would be awesome, but right now we focused on getting the frag grenades out there, and then we can see what type of grenades we'll put out. I got a really good question here from someone. Let me see if I can find it. All right, ambivalent ideal question: do we get some more voice lines, like stuff the characters say or talk to each other? Listen, this is one of the gripes I've had with Payday 2. That I think that if there's some things, I wish that we could have invested more time on. I think it's the voice lines, the stuff that the robbers say between each other, because it was so, it was so good in Payday the Heist, like Hoxtatron, Hoxtonator, it felt like Hoxton and Wolf had such a cool relationship with each other, and I actually think we failed a bit in doing that for Payday 2 in the same sense. However, Payday 2 is a living thing, right, in a completely different way that Payday the Heist was. My ambition is definitely that we'll put some time into recording more lines, put in stuff that we've read on the forums, fun stuff, quirks and jokes that only the community members will understand. Just like we've done, with the graffiti in the safe house and on the DLC levels. Like, we love doing that shit. We love involving you guys into it. So I think that's great. I think it's great that you guys notice that, because that just confirms for me that you guys care about the voice lines and that the characters talk to each other and interact with each other. So I'll make sure I kick Simon in the butt and tell him, let's do this, man. Let's put out some more voices out there and make sure that project happens. And no, it won't be released as a voice DLC pack for fucking $10. We'll update that in the game for free if we do it. So don't worry about it. Sit down, man. Sit down on the chair.
So I see a lot of people asking for the 7-day heist.
Yeah, that's so funny. Will there be a 7-day heist? First of all, we've never said there's gonna be a fucking week-long heist. I mean, that's huge. Holy shit, a week-long heist? I think the reason that people expect a 7-day heist is because on the user interface, there are the loadouts here. It's 7 slots, right?
Yes,
so
that's
suddenly
why.
People are like, what the fuck? I expect 7 slots because there's 7 days. And I'm like, yeah, why not? But in all honesty, from what I've been reading on the forums, people are hating on the day concept. They want one big heist. They want to be able to be like roaming in 1 kilometer space, 1x1 kilometer space, doing like a huge bank job or something like that instead.
Yeah,
so unless like we get like a hashtag bailout Hoxton movement going on for 7-day heists, we'll continue focusing on making sure we get some of that Payday the Heist spice into Payday 2.
Okay.
How is progression on localization of Payday 2 on the Russian language going? Is Froxian asking. Actually, it's going really well. We actually have a QA build up right now that we're testing with the Russian localizer, Arseny, who's doing all the localization. So he's doing a great job, and the same with the Dutch one, Martin, who's also known as Mr. Payday, is doing a great job on the Dutch stuff. So I know there's a lot of people who want to help us out with other languages, but we need to finish the loop with 2 languages first, and as soon as we get that out and make sure it works properly, then we'll make sure we get out at least those and other languages. And of course, it won't be a language DLC for fucking $4. We'll get that out for free for you guys. Come on, I'm just saying it. in before you greedy horse overkill.
So, is there any estimate or like update on how the cloggers are being developed? Are you almost done or?
Listen, the programmers are working on several different things right now, Cloakers being one of them. So everything has been going a bit slower because we've had so many technical difficulties with the console versions, right? But as soon as we're up to date, we have the Xbox that we're still focusing at. As soon as we're done with that, we're gonna invest more time into the Cloakers. But since we haven't released the Cloakers yet, we're looking into, what can we do with the Cloakers that makes them even cooler than they were in Payday the Heist. Because, hell, even I'm, having nightmares from time to time of the Cloakers running up to you, kicking you in the face and beating you the shit out of you with their batons, How can we make that even better?
Okay, so let's see.
AMVX says nothing will be said on any secret. That's how a secret works. AMVX, this dude gets it. AMVX gets how it is.
Yeah.
Krayos 5 classic weapons like IAM1 Garand, Thompson, some of those World War II weapons. I'd love to see that, man. The fucked up heisters going to rob a bank with World War II weapons, but why not, man? You could do some pretty cool shit with that. I'd like to see one of those really old ones, where you just have one shot and then you have to stand there and reload for 15 minutes. I'd fucking love a weapon like that.
So, are there gonna be beta testers for the cloakers, or they're just gonna be released for everybody?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we do a beta first with the cloakers, just to make sure that they work properly. It all depends, If we feel that it's necessary, we'll definitely invite the community to join into a cloaker beta and test them out. Hashtag bailout Hoxton. Michael GK. Custom clothes, armor, custom clothes, watches, anything like that would be so cool to put into the game. But as I said, things take time, we'll do one thing at a time, so hold your thumbs, keep your hopes up. We aren't dead yet. We'll continue developing Payday 2 for as long as we possibly can, even going into the 2014 and possibly even 2015 if you're really kind and nice and buy our stuff and continue to hang out in the forums. Definitely.
So, are there gonna be any old heists from Payday 1 other than the first World Bank in Payday 2?
Yeah. I personally, I'd love to see it. I'd love to put in a Heat Street into Payday 2,
Oh, yeah.
just so people can actually be reminded of how shitty a level that actually is. But in all seriousness, it would be awesome to put in the classic heist in Payday 2. However, Payday 2 is played out in Washington, and I think the level designers would love to do new stuff instead of old stuff. And the reason is that if we easily could have converted, the old heists, we'd definitely be able to put them out, as free content or cheap DLC or what have you. But since Payday 1 is so different, to Payday 2 in design and how the systems work, it takes a lot of work to make sure that Payday the Heist,
Yeah.
Precisely. We'd have to like go through it, make sure the stealth system work, make sure the new AI graphs, all the new AI stuff works and all that. So it's a lot of work making that happen, I'm afraid. So as of now, no plans making that happen. In the future, if we have time, yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to see it. First World Bank is one of the best heists we've
Oh,
ever done, I
yeah, we
think.
loved that one.
Yeah.
So let's see if the Twitch chat.
Sire asks, how about a zombie apocalypse heist? I think many of the community members would lynch me. They would take me outside of the barn and they would shoot me in the neck with a shotgun if I even suggested doing a zombie heist. I don't know, man.
Nah.
There's so many other zombie games, but there's pretty few robber games. So I think we'll focus on the robberies and leave the zombies to someone else. But who knows what happens?
So what
I
about?
won't say
Yeah.
absolutely no to anything really, because I mean it's in our hands, right?
So do you have any
I'd
plans?
like to see a hashtag bailout zombies movement. That's what I'd like to see. Petitions and everything.
So do you have any plans on adding masks for completing something? Like the gold mask Imperial
Oh, you
one?
mean like if? Yeah, like the you're golden or we salute
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be awesome. For future updates, we'd love to do that. Especially, if whenever we put out that neither can somehow advance because people are getting tired. We have a lot of level hundreds out there. We need to give them something extra to work for. So, in combination with that, we'd love to do something like that. Why not?
Yeah, awesome, good. So let's see.
Estro 2, any news about Overkill 145 Plus coming back? I mean, any news on us working on a harder difficulty? Yeah, we're working on one for sure. Will we release it before New Year's? No, we won't. However, it will probably not call it 145 Plus, since 145 obviously had to do with the level cap in Pay to the Heist. So it might be 100 plus. It might be that we add 45 levels. We'll see what happens. It all depends, really.
Awesome. So I have a
Lego my ego lol. Love the game. Keep up the awesome work. Will you buff grenade, guys? Love two hearts. That's nice, Nagashut. We'll see. The DLC hit just before this weekend. We'll go through the stuff the coming week. We'll update the game for sure. And if the grenades are too nerfed, we'll definitely buff them. Why not? Could you tease us with any of the future DLC names? Oh, I wouldn't even dare to do that, man.
I would say
Bo would interrogate my ass just like an undercover, and I'd have to take the cop car home for testing or whatever. No, I don't wanna spoil anything. And it's not we don't want to spoil things for you in the wrong way, right? We started with these update pages that I think you guys like. And I think we love doing those, and to be able to do like a 3-day rocket where we announce things, I think that works great, and I wouldn't like to spoil anything here, so yeah.
So what about the web series? Where did it go?
Yeah, we're actually working on the next episode, so
Oh, nice.
you want to see more of it, Red Cobra?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
you
I
like
think it
it?
was fun.
Yeah.
So I was gonna look
All
if
right,
it
so
was related.
here is a bit of a trivia for the upcoming episode. Some of the actors are actually people from the Overkill crew. There you
Oh,
have a teaser right there. Yeah. So we have actual Payday 2 developers in the next episode, but I can't tell you anything about the web series.
I want to see that now. Oh god, so many shields.
Stevenson 125. When will we see full patch notes for the both DLCs that's been released? Listen, that's on my table. We've been super busy releasing this latest gauge pack, so I'll make sure that it comes out the coming week here. I'm sorry that you guys have waited, but listen, I'd love to get it out sooner, but I've been swamped with work. So hopefully, if I don't get shot Monday, I'll be able to get out the gauge. revision numbers for you guys, so you know what's different. And during the week, the armor transport stuff as well.
So I seen another question. Will there be any heists that will be not from Washington, not in Washington?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like we're bound to Washington. And I know I used this as an argument for regarding the payday the heist heists, but that's not the only argument in that case. But in this case, why not? I mean, as far as I know, the payday gang can travel anywhere they want. So if we're lucky, maybe we'll be able to see them in some kind of cool, who knows, tropical scenarios. Maybe they go somewhere else, you know, for some treasure hunting. Who knows what happens?
Nice. So let's see.
A payday movie would be really cool, wouldn't it? I'd love to see one.
Yeah, we've seen some news about that, but it just. So will there be more banks in this game? Because I mean, when I think about robbery, I usually think about banks, but there's pretty much one bank right now.
Yeah, we know, and we're working on it. Let me tell you, we'll introduce more banks when we're able to.
Nice.
I know that there's a lot of people that want to rob more banks, and yeah, we're working on it. I can't tell you when, but we're working on it.
That's good news. Rob Overkill's office. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a heist of robbing Overkill.
Mr. Listo, will there be another chance to unlock the troll mask and pay the heist? Asks Overtaker. I don't know actually. We'll see what happens. People reacted in so many different ways when we released those troll masks and pay the heist. So we'll see if we open up the possibility to gain those, or even make it into an open group. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll have a troll day next year where we make it into an open group and everyone has the possibility to join for one day, and then we close it again. We'll see what happens.
So what about importing Payday 1 mask to Payday 2?
Oh, like you have a mask in Payday the Heist.
Yeah,
and then,
like you did in Payday, like you did with the president's mask. But
yeah,
like
the thing is that it takes a lot of time because don't look as good, and you have to fit them into the new system, you know, with materials and patterns and so on, so it works with them properly. So it takes time to do that. But yeah, why not? If we're out of new ideas, then we'll definitely use the old ones. But I think we've had some really cool ideas with the new masks. For example, I think you guys, I think you enjoyed the new Halloween masks, didn't you?
yeah, the Halloween were nice.
Yeah.
However, the troll, I like the troll masks much more on Payday 1 than the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm conflicted regarding the troll masks for Payday 2 because people were so pissed with the troll masks, you know. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Right, let's see. Gas mask.
Mutant 1988. I'd like a gas mask, please. You know what? I think I saw a 3D artist working on something like that in the office, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think I saw something like that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, because I've seen the feature where they throw the gas, but that's all in the bank heist. So.
What now? Can you say that again?
I've seen the feature where the cops throw the gas, but that's only in a bank heist. It's not in any other heist.
Yeah, that's because, you know, different heists work in different ways depending on, in part, which level designer works on it, and also, you know, on the levels themselves. The cops, you know, they behave like the level designers want them to behave in each heist. So if the level designer thinks, you know, that in this heist this should happen more often because it works better with the level, then that's what's going to happen. So usually that's because of the level designer has designed it in that way.
I see. So that's a funny question.
Scripting. So who do you represent in Payday 2? Similar to how Bo represented in Bank Manager. You know what? We actually took photos of the developers. I don't know if you know this, but a clear majority of all the characters that isn't the bank robbers are Overkill crew, just like the Serious Sam guys did. So, but I don't think I'm one of them yet. So we'll see. Maybe the guys are saving it to one really fucked up character who you get to beat the shit out of in some mission going forward. We'll see what happens.
So what about the in-game challenges? Are they gonna be in Payday too?
What now?
The in-game challenges? Like in
Yeah,
Payday
like
1?
we did for Payday the Heist.
Yes.
Uh, we chose not to do it for Payday 2 in the beginning, but more and more we see people, we recognize that people want stuff like that. But what we'd like to do, you know, is to use the achievement system that Valve has put in and use that somehow to make achievements. And I know some people, you know, thought that the achievements Gage put out now were a bit, you know, rigid and classic. Yeah. So the level designers are working really hard on making sure the next batch of achievements are gonna rock some socks off. So we'll see what you think about them then. But I'm happy for us to see, you know, as a completionist myself, you know, I love it when there's different types of
Achievements,
stuff
yes.
you can do. Yeah, achievements. Yeah. So I don't mind that there's like
Yeah,
kill 100 guys with this weapon because yeah, why not? Then it means that I have to try out that weapon for once.
yeah, we
Then you
also.
don't have to do it with every weapon, but yeah.
Yeah, so I guess there are gonna be other achievements like different from weapons, more like how can I say?
Heist related, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Like you do something specific in a
Yes,
heist,
in
or you do
heist.
something specific with your teammates and so on. Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna add more of those. Don't worry about it.
Good, good. Guess
Yeah.
that. See, is it filthy? Oh, we're waiting for you here.
Mutant 1988. It's difficult to make new interesting achievements without new interesting heists. Yeah, you're partly right because we could still make achievements that are based on the heists that exist already. But we haven't done that yet because the level designers, you know, are super busy, you know, with new heists and so on. So we want to focus on finishing those first, and then you can always add more achievements that are like level oriented and so on. So yeah, you're part right, part wrong.
So, is there gonna be a map as big as Hit Street?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow, would you like to see a map as big as Heat
Yeah,
Street?
I think big maps
'Cause
are
that was like a
awesome.
fucking marathon level. Yeah, as I told you, you know, when we did Payday 2, we took a decision to make the heist to try to make the heist more intense and more intimate. But we've also seen that the fans have been crying out for larger heists. They'd rather see, you know, one big heist, one day heist than three small 3 day heists. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yes, yes.
So yeah, so we're definitely taking that into consideration while we're doing the new heists for sure. X Magical X, will you be in a convention with the Payday 2 actors? If you're lucky, you can find me on the next E3, but it all depends, you know. But will we go to like the New York Comic Con or Comic Cons in any other way or form? I don't know. Maybe.
So I guess you cannot say anything about Storm.
No, dude, no. Then they'd send a fucking hitman for me if I said anything about Storm. I got a question here. Can you make space heists? Isn't that for Storm though? Let's see if we can find another question. Raise your big maps. Yeah, raise your dongers for bigger maps. Fucking Zini 512 with your donger. Bullshit. Alright, next question. Let's see if we can find anything.
Are you planning for other new free heists?
Rifle. Regarding the he's bitching about the guessing game achievement, which is
Oh.
like basically totally random. And dude, I agree with you. I will slap the level designer who came up with it coming this Monday. Because we looked at Payday the Heist and we were like, we were never gonna do the pacifist achievement again because people were griefing, it was so stupid, people thought and so on. And
Actually,
then we go and we do the fucking guessing game achievement. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind, dude.
I actually like the pacifist, but
You do?
yeah, I did. But I see that a lot of people don't. So
Can someone kick Red Cobra from the game, please?
I'm the host. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh,
No,
shit.
but I like the other things like the blowout achievement with the GL.
Yeah.
So so are you gonna have your voice in the game like you did with
Yeah, I
X-Men?
already have my voice in the game. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
already do. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm the If you haven't heard it already, I'm one of the boat drivers, I think, in Watch Dogs, and I'm the guy
Oh,
on the jewelry store as well.
I have to listen more to
And I
that.
think I'm the guy in this one as well. Yeah, listen to the fucking driver on this one. It's me, I think.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to pay more attention to that.
I just distort my Oscar-winning voice, and I just do my shit, and bang, it's in there, and people don't know about it.
Yeah.
That's just how I roll.
So is there gonna be a payday store where you actually buy um like
Merchandise?
yeah, your real life store?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're talking with the 505, our publisher, to set up a store. Right now we're looking into ordering. We have a plastic payday mask, so we're making sure that we can get some of the rest of the crew. Hoxton, Chains,
Hmm.
and Wolf as well. That'd be awesome. I think people would love that, and I'd love to see some more, high quality masks. And the dream scenario, what makes me wet, uh, is when we're talking about like some high quality
Yeah,
stuff, like really really
fiberglass.
high quality mask. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And especially, what's really cool is if you could make your own mask. Say you have a panda
And
mask with a cash
personalizes.
money pattern. Yeah, 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 and you have
That
that
would be
one as
awesome.
like a proper mask.
Yeah, that would
I
be
think
very
people
awesome.
would pay like 50, $100 for something like that, definitely.
Alright, so I had a question but I just forgot it.
Zeros plays games. Question: Should I email you about the birthday competition? No, dude, I already got it. I got it. Didn't you hear me before? Damn it! You gotta listen. I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna give you another gauge pack, so you can be like, haha, I got this shit for free. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually had a meeting with a guy regarding 3D printed masks, Stieg 4532, just 2 days ago, and I'd love to see that happen, But with 3D printers, if you're gonna do so few, it's pretty costly, I think. So we'll see. We're looking into the best solution to be able to get in order to make masks.
I mean, can you get here? We have to escape.
El Dictorate, oh, sorry. I'm just sitting here talking. Oh, you guys want to finish the heist? I thought we were like hanging around
Killing.
taking cool. Alright. I see you needed my help killing some peeps as well. Alright. Let's see. Hero show. Steam Workshop!
We already
Question
talked
mark,
about that.
question mark, question mark, question mark. Is it me or is he not answering this one? I answered it earlier.
Yeah, we
You
did.
might have not have been here. I'd love to see Steam Workshop happen, and we're poking at Valve. We're trying to make it happen as soon as possible. That would be awesome. Imagine being able to trade things with each other. Oh, oof.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Warden of Arcturus, will Matt return with a crew of his own? That fucking traitor, huh? Would you like to see that? The Matt Must Die DLC or free content pack where it's a heist where the faggot Matt is back in action and he wants to kill the payday gang and you gotta kill him first and it's like a 7-day heist and holy shit bananas.
So, Card Card asked, "What is your beard named?"
It's named Sebastian. That's what it's named. Question: is old Hoxton a cloaker? That's a good question. Who knows if he is? Maybe he turned to the other side.
Damn it! I used to like him. Alright, so what about a...
PSE Poolster, if I go to Stockholm, can I hug your beard? If you ever come by Stockholm, guys, send me an email. If we can, we'd love to give you a tour of the office. Just let you guys say hello to the staff. Definitely, just send me an email and I'll see if we can. Sometimes we can't, sometimes we can. It all depends, you know?
Yeah. So can you give us any hint on the future heists?
Could you say that again, please?
Can you give us any hints on the future heists?
I can tell you that we're definitely working on more bank heists. Definitely.
Good.
Because people want bank heists, right? And I mean, the slogan of the game is we want you to rob banks with your friends. So
Yes.
I can't tell you when, but of course we're working on making that happen, definitely. And we're always trying to make different, interesting heists.
So now a question, personal question. What was your best moment in Overkill?
Like singular best moment?
Yes.
Wow, that's a good question. I can tell you I have a lot of good moments, but I think when we released the game on
32?
Steam, and we had over 50,000 active players at one go, I think that was awesome because it really showed, how popular
How
this
the
type
work.
of games is,
Yeah.
and and that it felt really good to see that, and people were enjoying themselves and still are. Another one is that we just hit 200,000 members in the official group on Steam. I think that's great. It's so
That's
fun
good.
to see that the Payday community is growing all the time, and that they can gather in this group, and get notions of when things like this happen and so on. Another one was when I was awake until during crunch, when we were finishing Payday 2. Bo and the guys were at E3, setting up the Montreux there, the stuff, the stand, the E3 stand with the Payday 2 stuff, and they couldn't get the game working, and we're like, holy shit, we're doomed. We can't get the game working. Fuck, So I was just laughing, because I was up in the middle of the night. Working as QA with them,
God.
making sure that the game started to work, and they were panicked, because they had a long flight, making sure the computers gets there, they finally got the internet stuff working.
Doesn't work.
Because at E3, internet, having a proper internet connection at E3, that's like fucking gold right there,
Yeah.
So it's really valuable. So that's a fun memory as well. And so many late nights, when we worked and made sure we could finish the game on time, when we stayed up, and worked on it. So there's a lot of good memories. And I mean, every time, we have a hockey team. That's why we have an achievement related to the hockey poster. That's an actual poster of the Overkill crew and the Starbase crew hockey team. So 3 times a week, we play each other in real life hockey. And if I think the level designers have fucked something up, I can just tackle one of them in the face, and beat them with a hockey stick.
So who's the best
good.
at hockey?
Best at hockey? Oh, that's a good question. I would say one of the best ones. I wouldn't say one specific individual, but I would say the sound guys. The sound designers are pretty good. Ilya, the lead level designer, who actually also is Ilya the sniper in this mission.
Yes.
He's our goalie, one of the goalies. He's really good. Joachim, who is one of the animators, is the other goalie. He's also really good. Tor, who is the cinematic director, who's made all the trailers and so on. He's also really good. Awesome forward. Nikki, who is an artist, level designer, is also really good. yeah, he's really talented as well. So there's a lot of people who are really good at hockey at the office. And of course, Bo dishes out pretty good tackles, and I would say I'm a pretty good guy myself. I can't shoot for shit, but I can skate. I can work hard, you know. So hopefully I make up with that.
So I saw a question in the Twitch chat that says, are there gonna be any military-related heists?
What now? Could you say that again?
Are there gonna be any military-related heists? Anything with
Like to
military?
steal some kind of military stuff
Yes.
or whatever. I mean, why not? I can't say if we're working on it or not, but
I see.
I can't see that as a bad theme or anything. When we worked on when we did pre-production on Payday 2 and Payday the Heist as well, we talked about doing an airplane heist,
Whoa.
but it was so close, to terrorists and all that, so we were like,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
we shouldn't do that. But I mean, people don't seem to give a fuck, even if we kill 1,000 cops each heist, So who knows what we will do?
Okay.
Maybe we'll do a heist when you steal money from a fucking candy store, and there's kids that you do take as hostages and stuff like that. Let's see if people give some shit then.
So
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We probably won't do that, but it's funny to talk about. But the military heist, yeah, why not? Maybe steal a tank or whatever.
have you ever trolled in the office?
If we have a troll in the office, that would be
Yeah.
Sebastian or Kenneth, the janitor, as he's
Oh yeah.
named in the credits. Yeah. I think you've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, I did.
Gun Show Joe, any chance you can any chance you can speak to us about the thing? Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Get away from me. Will you STK435 says, will you send me a scrap of your beard by mail? Question mark. That is both nasty and very interesting at the same time. So I'll get back to you. No, I won't send you a scrap of my fucking beard, man. Get out of here.
Oh shit.
Oh, I got down. That's because
I
I'm
got
talking
you,
too much. Kuhei is like, it's not that gross. Alright. Or gross, I mean. Yeah, whatever. That says more about you, Kuhei, than it says about the actual thing. Bikontuje, are you from Holland? Because your name reminds me of something Dutch. How about a stealth difficulty, he asks? Like, fail the heist when an alarm goes off, or remove hostages or something like that. I think that would be cool. Like, what you're asking for sounds like a challenge mode in one way. And I love to see something like that happen. I can't comment on us, like, there's no official statement or anything like that right now for it, but it's a great idea. Why not?
I've seen something like infamous mode or something like that. Can you tell us anything about that?
The infamy stuff, yeah.
Yes.
Dude, I wish, but that's that's David did a tweet where he showed something, and I can't comment on it, man.
Yeah,
I can't
he got
comment.
very.
That's for the future.
He really dissed us that way.
Yeah, he did tease you indeed.
My chat is not working, so I cannot really see the questions right now.
No, it's not working for me though, chat. All right.
Sure.
So, if you see more questions, ask them.
For some reason, I don't see the chat working.
Can I rob a Cylinder asks, can I rob a pet store? But Peter will be on my ass. Yeah. That'd be funny, like if you rob a pet store for an exotic dog or whatever. I always wanted a what are they called? A pug. I love those dogs. They look so cute. Where's my Bane wig? That's funny.
Right, so what about like I understand that like the masks. I understand that it's hard to implement mask, but what about mask like the secret mask? Can that be ported? Like like I have the secret mask, can I have it in Payday 2 as well? Will
Yeah.
something like
Well,
that
what
be?
we wanted to do with what we said that we'd do with Payday 2 was that we wouldn't give anyone unique stuff, right? Because they were a
Hmm.
part of a special group or whatever. And I think we've been pretty good doing that. You know, everyone has had the opportunity to get everything if they've been here. Of course, we've received some, you know, wine regarding special events like the Halloween event that you can only get those 4 masks every Halloween. But I think that's fair because everyone's able to get them as long as they play during that event. And next Halloween, everyone will be able to get them again, right? So it's not like we won't, probably won't be able to do that. Like for example, people who play the highest get something. But
Hmm.
again, it all depends. You know, if we think it's a great idea at the time, we'll probably look into it and do it if we think it's good enough.
So what about the like?
Sweaty balls.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was thinking
Sweaty.
about.
I can't just say sweaty balls and then let you continue. Sweaty balls 69 asks, will there be more grenade types? My answer to that is yeah. If we find a good use of another grenade type, we'll definitely put it in. Snake Dock 1989. Will there be an option to move hostages? We'll see about that. I mean, now you have to kill them in order to move them, right?
Hmm.
But and I can't see why you wouldn't be able to move hostages. The issue, of course, is that it's a new feature. It means that you technically have to make it happen. It means programmers have to get involved, technical artists have to get involved, animators have to get involved, and so on. So it sounds like a small feature, but it's actually bigger than you might think it is to in order to make it happen. Not saying it's a bad idea though, because I mean, why not? Be awesome. All right, do we got a few last questions before I'm heading out?
Oh, these guys want to know about the secrets, but it's probably.
Necro, can I answer? Necro 071 question. Will there be heists without bag throwing ever? Dude, you're playing Bag Throwing Simulator 2. Haven't you noticed? Listen, it's an interesting question, right? Because basically what you're saying is that you're tired of throwing them fucking bags. What I'll tell you then is that, you know, the level designers, they have so many good ideas, right? And the bag mechanic is one of the core features of Payday 2. So most likely, you know, we'll have heists where your main objective is to do something that hasn't to do with bags, but you can still find shit around laying around the level that you can use.
Yeah, like a mock
And
crash.
yeah, just like Mall Crasher, for example, right? But Mall Crasher has a different objective. You have to destroy things,
Hmm.
but people would of course like to see other objectives as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course, we'd love to. It could cats. It says it can be a digital heist. Yeah, you just go to the computer and press F, and you're downloading the money. Oh, the horror! That's a great heist. Let's do it.
What about
Sounds a bit like undercover, except you can't beat someone up.
the escort missions? Is that
Yeah,
planned
listen.
or?
When we finished when we worked on Payday 2, we decided not to do any escort missions because the consensus was that people didn't like them for the first one because it worked pretty bad. You know, you had to wait for them and so on. We had like almost three escort missions in Payday the Heist:
Yes.
Greenbridge, Heat Street, and then Undercover. So
Yes.
it's a lot of escort missions. So we figured we wouldn't focus on that, but it seems that people would like to see that. So we'll see what we do in the future. I mean, it's a feature. It's something that people know about, and some people still seem to be asking for it. So it might be popular. Who knows?
I see a lot of people ask about video options where you can like advanced video options. So
I think if yeah, I've heard this from time to time, but if I
yes.
see a good thread where people like summarize what kind of video options they'd like to see, it'd be easier for me to talk with the level
Hmm.
design. I'm sorry, the programmers, you know, and see what are we able to do. and what can't we do, and it's as always, it's all about time. What can we focus on right now and so on. But guys, if you make it easier for us, we'll definitely look into things like if you summarize, you take a thread. There were a lot of threads like this for Payday the Heist. What kind of heists would you like to see? What kind of options would you like to see, and so on. So instead of from what I've been seeing recently, having like 50 threads about the same thing, why not have one thread where you summarize the kind of stuff you'd like to see, send it over to me, and I'll be able to look through it and be like, all right, this we can do, this we can't do, and these are the reasons for why. So I think that would help a lot, and I think you would be better off doing it in that way as well. All right, do we have a last question? Can you choose it, Red Cobra?
Huh? Can you?
Yeah, you want to find the last one that you feel should be answered?
I see one, but I don't know.
Or is it
Are you
too much pressure?
Are you thinking about doing a Payday 3 after this?
Are we thinking about it? Yeah, I mean, hell yeah, I'm thinking about it, but I can't tell you if we're thinking about it. But I mean, let's look at Payday 2. I mean, we've been very successful with Payday 2, and we love doing Payday the Heist and the Wolfpack and all that as well. So I can't see any reason why we wouldn't do a Payday 3 in the future, but right now,
yeah, obviously DLCs.
All my wake time goes to Payday 2, making sure that this game is as good as it possibly can be, because we put it out there, and now it's all about making it better, putting out the stuff taking away the stuff that you guys don't like, putting in the stuff that you guys want, and continuing to improve the experience and making sure it's the best bag throw simulator there ever was.
Is there gonna be any reward for stealthing? I see a lot of people asking this.
Is there gonna be any reward for stealthing?
Yeah.
You know what? When I played the Deus Ex Human Revolution, one thing that I hated with that game, because it's an awesome game, but one thing I hated was that if I killed a guard, he would give me 50 XP, let's say. I can't remember the exact amount. But if I finished something while doing it stealthy, I would get more experience. And I thought that was shitty. And the reason is that the game told me how to play the game. Basically, the game said, if you stealth the whole game, you'll be more higher level or whatever. Yeah, you get more. So basically, the game is telling me that we want you to stealth because we will reward you more for it. And I don't like that, I want a heister who kills people and goes in, takes the gold, and gets out. Of course, there's the cleaner cost, but it's not that big. Like, it's not that decisive to be able to get out of the heist and be like, fuck yeah, this was great, instead of being like, fuck yeah, this was great, but fuck no, I didn't get as much experience because I didn't do it stealth. So I think that's a design decision that we took, and I personally I think that's the right choice. Might be some people who disagree with me, but I think it's the right choice. So I hope that answers your question. You could, however, do more achievements based around stealth, but I don't think you should give people who stealth
an extra
more money or more experience or things like this, because I think that'll make the guys who don't like to do that pretty pissed, because Payday 2 is all about making robbing banks. It doesn't matter what way you do it, as long as you do it. And if you get rewarded somehow, then it should be because the mission somehow rewards you. Like, say if we're robbing this bank, and if we blow up the vault, then the money gets destroyed. That's a cool idea, because suddenly it's built into the level. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if we do something where you get more XP if you finish it stealth, then it's like it's not built into the level. It's just some kind of fucking meta meet the data thing where you get rewarded more XP after finishing the mission, but it's not like it's not immersed into the level. And I think, yeah, I think that's better if you do it that way instead. In that case. Okay, I'll take a last question.
Okay.
Two,
Update.
one from El Dictatore and one from Warden Varkers then.
Alright.
So El Dictatore says, will we have some cool intros like Payday 1 at some point, or any more interaction dialogues for that matter? I think I partly answered this question before. We'd love to do more interaction text between, interaction dialogue between the robbers. It's all about, you know, finding time to put together a session like that, you know, because we're so swamped with work all the time. We're trying to get as much new content out there for you guys as possible. But that's high on my personal list of stuff that we want to get in. And the second question was, will there ever be an unconscious state for NPCs? I think that would also be cool, but again, you know, it's all about prioritizing the new features. I think there's plenty of features that we're looking at before we'd implement something like that, as of now.
Alright.
Nandorian, final question. What about making a skill to carry 2 bags? Holy shit,
sounds
is
good.
this, are we talking like Bag Simulator 2.0? Deluxe version? Carry 2 bags instead of 1? I think that sounds like a real, like, it sounds like a really cool but super OP skill. So we'll see about that. 2 bags, holy shit, yeah, that's for the soloizer right there.
Yeah.
What about carrying 2 weapons? Or 2 pistols, for that matter. Alright, so I gotta go, guys, but first of all, let me just thank AMV, Cylinder, and Red Cobra for having me.
Thank you
and
for
especially
being here.
Red Cobra for inviting me to do this Q&A.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, dude. Shout out to all the guys and girls in the chat who's been asking questions. I hope I answered most of them. If you have any more questions, you know, create threads, try to get my attention, or if you want to be super direct, just send me an email. Sorry to all of those that haven't received a response yet from me. I'm swamped, you know. Christmas is coming. We'll hopefully have some gifts for you guys before Christmas is here. We'll see. It depends on how many community members have been nice this year, how many haven't, you know, and all that. So we're keeping score. We'll see what happens. So again, thanks a lot, Red Cobra, for inviting me. You guys have a great evening. And if I don't see you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Alright, you too. And congrats for Payday 2. It's a very, very good game, and we're really enjoying it.
Thanks, man.
So, see you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Alright,
thanks a lot. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, by the way, Red.
Yes.
I'll send you 25 gauge packs so you can share it with the guys who are left in the stream.
Oh,
so
thank you.
If you're in the stream, hold on. I'll send Red some gauge packs. In case you didn't buy it yet, here's your chance to get it for fucking free. Great stuff. Have a great evening, guys.
Thank you.
I'll send it through email, Red, alright?
Alright, thank you. Bye. That was Almir, who's still in game, and Slender is still opening